questions? No one's got any questions. Oh, brilliant. Okay, well in that case.
So this is just so you know, those of you who haven't. This is like we call it a VIP session where we take a few questions and there's a guy with a microphone, and if you get close to the guy with the microphone, you ask questions and we just chat for a little bit and then we'll play a few more songs. So it's kind of a more intimate version.
Guy with the microphone, you're not Tim. I know he's got a microphone, but we didn't mean him.
And if possible, make the question not like like a question rather than.
And we know that you all think us were amazing, so you don't have to tell us that. So we will take that for granted that you all think we were great. So thank you in advance for saying that. But we want preferably a question.
Hello.
Okay. Anybody got a question?
Hello.
Back down there. No.
Sorry, I think Dave's over there.
Sorry, he's over there.
Where is he?
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You are great, by the way, but I have a question for you. Obviously, as everyone else, we've seen you on television a few times in the past few weeks. Brilliant. Obviously, when you're choosing the records for the greatest hits, you've obviously had to leave some out. Mine was 10 Below. I'd like to ask you what song that you regret that you've left out personally.
Well, the weird thing is it was such a difficult thing to do because it wasn't really like the definitive James collection in a way, even though we called it that. There were some songs on there that were ridiculously important to us and to James fans, but we feel they've kind of had enough light shone upon them, like Johnny Yen, like 5-0. I mean, you've got to put them somewhere in your top James songs of all time. So it was a mixture. It was a mixture of reflecting somehow everything that we all love about us going back for God knows how many years and how many albums, but also to bring forward some songs that we thought had missed some attention. So I suppose, you can't, Johnny Yen, if you're going to pick a song, I suppose, really, that was kind of painfully left off. But everybody I speak to has one song that we left off, and it's usually different. Someone said, "Don't wait" the other day, don't wait that long. So, and I love the fact you picked 10 Below, and that's a wonderful.
Brilliant tune.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming to Liverpool. Thanks for doing a small gig like this.
Thank you.
Thank you for supporting us in all this time. It means a lot to us. It's we don't keep going without this, so this is amazing. And 10 Below would have been one of mine. I completely forgot about it. Too many songs, and I found it hard to look back in general. So I wasn't very good at looking back. I don't go back and listen to songs unless we're learning them. It's just I always want to look forward.
It was a difficult process. We ended up with 58 was it? I think songs in the end. And it was painful. Every time you put a song on, you had to take one off, and it was just, So me and Tim were kind of horse trading, you could put that one on, and I could put that one on. But we just knew there was, unless you put all 400 and odd on, you're going to disappoint somebody,
Any other question?
Yes, boys. Me and my mate here have been watching you since '89. Thoroughly enjoying every gig. But how many more years do you reckon you'll go on for?
Well, the tarot reader I saw last week. No idea. No idea. Of course not. I think we want to do it until we die.
That's the plan. Not anytime soon, hopefully.
It's this is what we love. So it's not something we want to stop doing. It's so many bands get into it becomes an industry, and it isn't an industry for us. It's a joy, and like a fine artist, who paints and doesn't wait for a record company to give them money to make an album. We pay for all our albums, and we write all the time. We
want to create. That's the bottom line of it. We want to keep creating, just like an author. You wouldn't say, "Oh, when are you going to stop writing?" You just carry on writing, wouldn't you? A painter, you can't just, I'm stopping today. You just carry on, wouldn't you? And it's the same with us. We love it. It's such an important part of the process for us. It's just fundamentally why we're here, just to write songs, and we love the process. The idea of it. Us four get together in a room with a drum machine. That's how we write. Yeah, thank you. So you're going to take some stopping, I think, to be honest with you.
when we talk about, because we're into altered states, we meditate, and I used to dance. I dance into altered states, and when we write into altered states. We're essentially just four of us four in a room, hit a drum machine, and we maybe make music for about 6 hours a day. Nobody brings anything into the room. It's just completely listening to each other and responding to each other, and not knowing if we're going to catch anything. We call it going fishing, and but you know, we kind of rent a cottage overlooking the Yorkshire Dales at the moment. That's our favourite place to go to, and just for maybe 6 days, just make hours and hours and hours of music, and we get into complete altered states with it. And some of it's becomes songs, and some of it doesn't. Some of it just gets us high. So it's a beautiful process. It's one of our favourite processes, and you never get to see it. It's kind of, we actually thought of maybe jamming one tonight. Did you check the drum machine? Did it work? Okay. But the trouble is with improvising is it might not be entertaining. It
Probably won't be.
You know, because we sometimes jam for like an hour and 20 minutes, and then we later listen to it and find the bits we love, and then glue them together into demos, and then bring them to the rest of the band. And okay, Andy put some trumpet on this, or Chloe put vocals on this, and that sort of songs evolve in that way. But they start with just the four of us with a drum machine, not knowing what the fuck we're going to do. Yeah.
What's your worst fallout?
Sorry, I can't hear without a mic because I've got my in-ears in.
What's our worst fallout?
What's your worst fallout?
As a band, you mean falling out between ourselves? Yeah. Oh fuck, we've had lots. I mean, the easiest way to fuck a band up is the relationships. I mean, how many bands split because they've fallen out with each other? I mean, it's the most ridiculous thing on the planet, because we've got just about the best job on the planet, and to balls it up through being childish and not getting on is ridiculous. But yeah, we've had our moments. Oh my God. I mean, it's ridiculous because the music was always really good during those periods. So even when there was like a lot of friction in the band and tensions, the music was still good, thankfully, which kind of thing held us together. And we were fairly dysfunctional leading up to the split, and we split for 6 years, you know. And when we came back, we had a very different attitude. We'd kind of grown up a little bit, matured, and we realised that what we had was fragile. It was important, but it was fragile, and we could balls it up, we could break it, we could ruin it. That's why we're a lot more careful with it these days.
I'll tell you a story that's very funny and really long, because we haven't got any songs to play. So, and to quote Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, this is a real long song, and we're going to play it really slow tonight. If anybody gets the reference, I'll give you 10 quid. Or what's left of half a Bitcoin now, isn't it? Has anybody got cryptocurrency? Anybody got fucked in the last couple of weeks? No? Oh, okay. Yeah, just me. Anyway, just me and Chunny, yeah? No? Oh, Chunny, no. Yeah, when I joined this band in 1989, in March 1989, we almost immediately went on tour, and we were playing a gig in, this mic sounds shit, fucking hell, in London, and who would have known that a set list would lead to blows, and we were having our pre-gig dinner in Govinda's, which is a Hare Krishna restaurant in Soho Square, and then an argument ensued around the set list, which, since there were probably only 12 songs at the time, wouldn't have been, you know, like, it's pretty funny. I'd never really been in a band before, so I thought this was all kind of normal. And there were fisticuffs over in Govinda's over the fucking set list, you know?
Which was like a Hare Krishna restaurant, which was kind of, and the geezer's setting made it even more.
You know,
it wasn't Weatherspoons. Fucking Hare Krishna restaurant.
Yeah,
no, and it was
so James. The security to deal with the issue.
Larry once punched Tim in the eye because Tim, not without some justification, had said several times during the gig, "You couldn't just turn down your amp a little bit, could you? You couldn't just turn down, Larry. You are very, you know, when you know." Tim was well schooled and very polite, right? So I was like, "Fuck this," and I'll fucking play as loud as I fucking like. I'm the guitarist. And so we came off stage, and that night we were meeting the record label. We were in Texas somewhere, and it was a meet and greet with the new record label, Batter. Tim, the next month you had a shiner like this. It's like, oh, right, okay.
We actually have a documentary coming out later in the year. Some of this will be graphically explored. Actually, less graphically than this description. So I think we'll...
I'm not fucking wrong though, am I? And there's worse.
The worst thing was that I got up and we needed to let off steam. We were touring America, so I wanted to have a full-on fight with him. And they all jumped in and separated us, so I got battered and then wasn't able to get him, have my release. That was the annoying thing.
When Michael Coolers was in the band, he lost the plot at one point. Again, quite understandably with me, because I was winding the fucker up. And yeah, that's when I realised how weak I was. Because I found myself underneath this. What suddenly I realised was an enormous Canadian. It was like being humped by a moose. And, I quite enjoyed it actually. But I deserved it. I mean, obviously.
Okay, let's do the next one.